chances are you're a human watching this video with a unique trick called an opinion. Wow! Well, unless you aren't, then you aren't welcome here. But generally, most of these clump up into one general consensus about something. But occasionally, there's that one unique opinion, or as we like to call them, hot takes. And boy, I'm gonna talk about mine. Most of this is just an excuse to settle arguments with my friends. Isn't that right, Brennin? First of all, I'm gonna address the one in the skit. Chicken belongs on pizza. Wait, hear me out. Now, I don't know what their general consensus is for this topic, but to me, it seems to be a pretty mixed bag. I tried this one for the first time at a pizza parlor on a cruise, and man, my taste buds changed after that. Now, most of my friends would say that chicken is somehow worse than pineapple as a topping, but chicken is always paired well with cheese. I mean, sandwiches have both of them all the time, but no one says anything about that. Also, some people will say that meat shouldn't go on pizza, but I want those people to Google the most popular topping and come back to me with the results. And while we're on the topic of pizza, I also want to mention onions. I had loved onions on pizza for years, only to figure out that, oh, people don't really like them. Onions just flow so well with pizza. They add more crunch and flavor to it, making for a pretty good combo alongside the chicken. That's right, 2 controversial toppings in one, baby! This also got me thinking of more food takes, and then I suddenly remember the stupidest argument that I've literally ever had. Alright, so tell me in the comments, do you eat your bananas regularly? Or do you eat them refrigerated? All of my friends say that putting bananas in the fridge is nasty, but I see literally no issue with it. I know this is stupid, but if anything, all fruits taste better when they're cold, and nobody can change my opinion on that. Isn't that right, Brennin? Speaking of bananas, you know how everyone hates those stupid brown spots? Well, surprisingly, I actually think they're pretty good. Unlike what some people may think at first glance, brown spots actually taste way sweeter than the yellow spots, making them more enjoyable to eat. Now, this isn't saying I would eat a pure brown banana, I wouldn't stoop that low, but I'm saying people should give bananas with brown spots more of a chance. They don't deserve the oppression. So, Brennin, for $1 million and all the joy in the universe, I have a challenge for you.
What is this?
Eat the brown part of the banana.
Ew, you're disgusting! Ah!
As I was writing this script, I asked one of my friends what crazy opinions I've had in the past, and he reminded me of this next one. A few years ago, me and a lot of my friends were in a Pokemon phase, and we would argue about who our favorite was. Now, most of them would say Charizard, but this pissed me off for some reason. Because of this, I would yell at basically anyone who had the wrong opinion, saying, "Dude, you suck, Blastoise is so much better, you're wrong," which, looking back at it, it is pretty toxic. Thankfully, I'm not a nerd anymore. So I was about to finish the script, but then I suddenly remembered one more take, and now that I think about it, I may lose respect for this one. But I don't care. I need everyone to know that I'm sick of seeing them. Crocs are stupid! Because they're meant to be swamp shoes, they look just so ugly. They just look so dorky and childish, and I can't even stand looking at them. And some of y'all may say, "But Adam, you can add charms to make them cooler." You would think I don't know that? They don't make things any better. If anything, they make it look even worse. Some may also say that they're so comfortable, but literally any tennis shoe is already comfortable. If you wear Crocs to school or work every day, you clearly need a new wardrobe. Woo! It's finally done! Thank you all for watching this video. This has to be really the longest I've ever spent on a project. But you know what? It's chill. My school year ends the day that I release this video, and right after I'm gonna head on a trip to North Carolina, so all's well that ends well. I also really want to thank my friend Brennin for voicing his character. He did an awesome vocal performance, and he's even starting his own channel soon, so please go check him out. Something I was not expecting was Fanart. I really want to thank Your Amazing Bean, Tyler Animates, and my friend Jada for taking their time to draw these awesome pieces. When I see these, they feel like a warm hug to me, so I really appreciate it. I have their channels in the description, so go check them out after you sub to Brennin. With all of that, see you soon!